And our first email of the day is this. First email comes from the Nerd Zone. Now, last week, Nerd Zone sent me an email. He knew that I was going to be doing a different start time today, so this is his subject. He says, since I will be at school next show, here are a few things you can talk about. And he listed off a whole bunch of different things. First of all, Diary of the Wimpy Kid animated Disney Plus movie comes out December 3rd. And yeah, it does. We knew from last December when Disney did their Investors Day meeting, it was very public. We got a lot of information about upcoming projects, Disney Plus, they're putting a huge focus on Disney Plus, as they should. They're Disney. Disney Plus is it's going to be their big moneymaker moving forward. It's going to be their big moneymaker. So they're trying to put a huge emphasis on Disney Plus, releasing content for adults, releasing content for kids, and releasing content for everybody in between, right? So one of those things that they announced at the Disney Investors Day meeting was a new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Now, I think it's safe to assume that the animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid film currently is going to become a series. I think that's a foregone conclusion. But yeah, if we let's jump into this article from Collider real quick. We get to see, there's obviously a few photo stills from the film, but we get our first official look at the poster, and here we see Greg's feet standing in front of all of his other classmates in front of a piece of stinky cheese saying "New School, Old Cheese, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, original movie streaming December 3rd. And that's the official movie poster there. But yeah, there's no trailer out for it yet, but I like the idea. I've never read the books. Full disclosure, I've never read the books. But I like the idea of this being an animated film, or hopefully, fingers crossed, a series of animated films, as opposed to the live action films. The books have a certain, yes, artistic value, but it's a certain feeling. The illustrations create a very specific world or universe for this character or, the series of characters to exist and live in. And there's certain qualities and traits that you can bring, you can get across in an animated film that you can't quite capture in a live action. Now, conversely, there are other traits and characteristics that you can put into a live action film that you just can't quite get in an animated film. I think Diary of a Wimpy Kid is the perfect property to keep as an animated property, right? Peanuts, Charles Schulz, Charlie Brown. When the Peanuts movie came out was a Blue Sky Studio, I believe, I was so thrilled. Enamored. I loved that movie so much. It felt like you were watching like the old Charlie Brown shorts. Granted, it's 3D animation. Okay, fine. But they did their due diligence in how do these characters look in 2D? How do we do a 3D version of a 2D character? And now that it's an easy question to answer. Well, you just render the entire thing. But they were very specific. Now I'm talking about Peanuts as opposed to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but you guys still get the point here, right? They were very specific as to how they wanted the characters to look. If you rewatch the movie, the Peanuts movie, you notice you only see this side of Charlie Brown and you only see this side of Charlie Brown. You don't see everything in between. You only see Charlie Brown here and Charlie Brown here, and everything else is 3D animated. Even his face is 3D animated. It has dimension. But you see this side and you see this side. You don't see everything in between. And that was the magic. They knew how to do it properly and honor the original illustrations, honor the 2D animation that came before. So that's what I'm saying. There are certain properties that certain things that you can only get across in animation that you can't do in live action. Now, the live action Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, they did well. They did well enough. Well enough that they spawned 2 sequels for a total of 3 films. So I'm hoping that is what this film is going to turn out to be. Granted, I've never read the books. I only ever saw the first movie. It's not my particular cup of tea. However, I'm actually really kind of interested in seeing the animated movie. Because, again, it captures a certain essence that you can't capture live action. So, I'm interested to see what they're going to do here, but I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about the live action? What are your thoughts about live action versus animation? But what do you want to see from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the animated film? Do you think they're going to create multiple sequels? Do you think this is going to be a series of films on Disney Plus? And how excited do you think the general viewing audience is going to be about that? I want to hear your thoughts about the whole shebang down in the comment section below. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Pee Wee Herman would want you to do. Ha, ha, ha.